Guru Nanak's ceremony of the sacred thread. When Nanak was older, but before he was a teenager, his parents decided it was time for him to do ceremony that Hindu boys do to become men. When a boy comes of age, a huge ceremony is made in honor of him. This was their family tradition. They had a family priest to give him a thread that was imbued with powerful ancient mantras. The thread was called a janeu. He was supposed to wear this thread over his shoulders for his whole life, and it would help him meditate, and it would be meaning that he is high caste and not the low caste. People used to believe that everyone was born high or low. If a person is low caste, they can never do great things and they can never really know God. All they can do is lowly task. Now, if this thread ever broke, Nanak would have to get another one, so he would always have remembrance of God. It would be a sign of honor that he belonged to a high caste. His father called the whole family and their family friends and guests. Everyone came to participate in this special ceremony. It was a very important occasion. Nanak always wondered why people do different ceremonies and rituals when God is inside of everyone. When all the guests had gathered, the priest explained, "Now you will be a true high caste Brahmin. This thread, this janeu, is the foundation of our religion. If you wear it, you shall not be a low caste person. You can become great and happiness will come to you in this world and the afterworld. It will always remind you of God." The child Nanak was both rebellious and wise, so he refused to put on the thread. He told the priest, "I can remember God without a thread." When someone dies, they leave their body and this thread behind. Only the soul goes on. If you could give me something that goes with my soul, I will wear it. The priest said, "This is an ancient ritual passed down in the most sacred writings. Dear child, you are very young. Do you think you are wiser than us? If you wear this thread, you can be a man of God." The beloved child started saying things which the adults could not understand. He said, People People do so many bad things and then they think if they put on a thread, they are men of God. This thread will break and a new one will have to be put on. This kind of thread will get old and fall apart. Now the priest got angry. Mehta Kalu, Nanak's father, got angry too. We were very embarrassed because all the guests were there. His father thought, what is he doing? If he doesn't wear a thread, how will he be successful? How will he find a good woman to marry? How will he make a living? He'll just be a low caste person. The angry priest, not expecting a good answer, asked, "Well, then, child, what kind of thread would go with your soul?" Nanak said, "Meditating on the Naam is how we wear a true thread. Meditating on the Naam brings honor and grace. The Naam can go with us into God's house." A lot of people didn't know what to think about what he said. A lot of people wore threads their whole lives. But Nanak only believed in truth and not in doing something because everyone else did it. He loved the truth and he spoke the truth. And sure enough, Nanak remembered God his whole life without a thread. He lived the truth. The highest thing is living the truth. Guru Nanak's doctor. When Guru Nanak ended his education, By learning all that the teachers of Talwandi could teach him, he did not want to do business the way his father tried to teach him. All he wanted to do was to meditate and think of Vaheguru. Guru Nanak would find wandering holy men and learn all he could. When there were none passing through town, he meditated, often on his own. Guru Nanak's parents thought he was acting very strangely. Sometimes Guru Nanak would stay indoors and forget about the outside world. He would forget to eat meals. He didn't seem to want to talk to people. His parents were worried and called a doctor to see him. They told the doctor, "Our son is acting very strangely indeed. We are concerned there might be something wrong with him. We don't know what it could be." The doctor arrived to give Guru Nanak a checkup. In those days, and often even now in India, doctors would use Ayurveda. The system was not based on modern methods. Most, if not all, Ayurvedic medicines cannot be prescribed by a genuine doctor. Practices derived from Ayurvedic traditions are a type of alternative medicine which have been associated with witchcrafts and poisonous substances. Ayurveda or Ayurvedic medicine is a system of Hindu traditional medicine native to the Indian subcontinent. Ayurveda is a discipline of the Upaveda or auxiliary knowledge in Vedic traditions. The origin of Ayurveda are also found in the Atharva Veda, which contains 114 hymns and incantations described as magical cures of disease, part of the Hinduism. In 2008, a US study found that up to 20% of Ayurveda US and Indian manufactured patent medicines sold through the internet contain toxic levels of heavy metals such as lead, mercury, and arsenic, which are poisonous to humans. So, there are also various legendary accounts of the origin of Ayurveda. For example, that it was received by Dhanvantari or Devadasa from Brahma. Ayurvedic practices include the use of herbal medicines, minerals, or mental supplementations, Rasa Shastra, surgical techniques, opium, and application of oil by massage. Although laboratory experiments suggest it is possible that some substances in Ayurveda might be developed into effective treatments, there is no evidence that any are effective in themselves. Ayurveda has 8 ways to diagnose illness called Nadi, Mutra, Mala, Jihva, Shabda, Sparsha, Drak, and Akruti. Ayurvedic practitioners approach diagnosis by using the five senses. For example, hearing is used to observe the condition of breathing and speech. Guru Nanak's doctor would feel a person's wrist with his fingers and diagnose their health in that way. The doctor would decide on the cause of any sickness and give herbs to treat it. Something was different with Nanak though. As the doctor went to take his pulse, Nanak pulled away and said, "What are you doing with my arm?" The doctor replied, "I am taking your pulse to feel your heartbeat. Once I found the root of your sickness, I can give you medicine to cure it. Don't worry, after that you will feel better." Guru Nanak laughed. He knew that it was really the world that was sick running around, chasing pleasure and materialistic things. Guru Nanak just acted differently from most people because he wanted to be with God. He uttered the following Shabda: "They have sent for the physician for me. He has taken my hand and felt my pulse. What can a pulse disclose? The pulse lies deep in the heart. Physician, go back and heal yourself. Diagnose your own disease. then you may diagnose the disease of others and call yourself a physician. The doctor asked him, "So you think that I am sick too and need a cure?" The Guru replied, "You suffer from the sickness of your heart. You suffer from the sickness of your soul. Egotism is the disease. It separates us from the source of life, God Himself." The doctor asked if there was any remedy. The Guru replied, "When man shall possess the name of the Bright One, his body shall become like gold and his soul be made pure. All his pain and disease shall be dispelled and he shall be saved. Nanak, by the true name." Guru Nanak said, "My heart longs to be with God. It is in pain when I forget God even for a moment." How can you cure this disease, doctor? Your heart isn't as pure as God. You suffer from my same sickness, but you doesn't seem to care. Everyone is sick and they don't even know it. If you are merged with God, only then you can be my doctor. Only if you live the highest truth can you help me. The doctor was surprised when he heard the deep wisdom of Guru Nanak and saw that he had a pure and deep love for God. The doctor was pleased and charmed to meet with such a pure and wise child. Guru Nanak's parents asked, "Is he okay? Is it fever? What's wrong with him?" The doctor said, "Nanak has no physical ailment. He is immersed in love of God. So stop worrying about yourself.